Okay, to start with, we have our first card. This card is Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, and Capricorn Rising. So we have the Devil card. This card is ruled by Capricorn. I really hate that this card is associated with Capricorn, but it is what it is. Okay, so automatically, this makes me think, what are you guys obsessing about? What are you guys fearing? What are you addicted to? Probably work. But maybe some of you might be focused on a toxic karmic relationship, whether romantic or platonic. So there are definitely themes of the things I just said. Devil seems to be a very, very sexualized type of card, which is why so often we get this card for sexual addictions. So, but this card rules all addictions. But most importantly, it rules the fears and our obsessions. And, well, fear is something that can creep into all of us. So, regardless of sign, we all deal with fear from time to time. We just don't want to obsess about it. But for some of you, you could be obsessing about a certain situation that's going on right now. Perhaps fear is at work behind this obsession. That's my general overall feeling. Okay, so it is clarified by the priestess. So the priestess is all about listening to our intuition. It's that intuitive knowing. This is that card where no matter how much you might be obsessing, stressing, fearful of a certain situation or a person, you already know all of the answers to the questions that you have. You already have those answers. And the priestess pops up here to say, you already know what to do. You already know how to handle this. So the priestess is our intuition. And thankfully she's in the upright position. So our intuition is flowing. And that is good. And that also indicates that we are listening. So that's even better. The priestess is always about us figuring things out. It's kind of a bit of a mystery. This is where we're trying to figure certain things out about people or situations. But ultimately, you need to know that you already have the answers. What was that gut feeling? What is your gut feeling? You already know the answers. Intuition is on your side. You just have to be open to listening and paying attention. So this would be your circumstances. So we have the Eight of Wands in the reverse position. So this is about going after a goal or perhaps even a dream. Sometimes this can indicate a love interest that we could have. Now in the reverse position, we are experiencing delays that are very, very frustrating. Sometimes we can just feel completely blocked, like no matter what we do, we're literally having brick walls put in front of us. It's like, it can really make you angry at every single delay that pops in. It can keep building and building and building, and it can make you really angry. Now, I always like to say, this is where we need to take a step back so that we can look at things objectively. Perhaps maybe we need to look at our plan in an objective way so that we can figure out, okay, this is what I'm doing wrong. I need to remove this or I need to change that. And then perhaps we can have this Eight of Wands in the upright position. But we really need to try to fight when you feel that anger coming, you need to pull yourself back and look at it objectively, which you guys can do. We just got to kind of detach from our emotions momentarily to do it. And you guys, you got this. You can do it. Now, I mean, so it doesn't mean that it's doomed. So just know that. It's just sometimes we need to change our, plan. Okay, so we clarify we have lovers in the reverse position. So for some of you, this is definitely about a relationship. And this relationship is probably one that has been karmic. And it might even feel a bit toxic now. When we see the Lovers card in the reverse position, this can also indicate that perhaps maybe we're making decisions when we are emotionally out of balance. So perhaps our emotions, our heart could be making the decisions rather than our intellect. Now, another aspect to this card is with the Lovers card in reverse, it's not complete doom and gloom. It's just typically this is a relationship. And again, this could be romantic or platonic. It does not have to be one that is absolutely romantic. I know there's lovers, they're like canoodling. But this can be romantic or platonic. So there is a certain relationship in your life that has lost its balance. This could have been a relationship that was very passionate. But when we see the Lovers card in the reverse position, we know that things are out of balance between the two people. And a lot of times one of the people in the situation, they are doing all the work while the other person is just standing by. So whether they're doing all the emotional work, the financial work, whatever it may be, sometimes you could be doing all of it while the other person just sits there and takes. A lot of times this card comes up where you're at a crossroads because you're really beginning to wonder, should I even continue with this particular relationship? But that is for you guys to decide. Every Capricorn sun, moon, and rising is different. We all want different things, and that's okay. So, again, this could be a romantic relationship. It could be a platonic relationship. This could even be a relationship with a family member. Perhaps some of you might have been working towards achieving a goal or perhaps a lifelong dream of yours with your significant other or with someone that you were friends with or maybe a family member with or maybe even a business partner. But whoever this person would be and whoever this card represents for you would be someone that you care about, someone that you've known, you feel like you have a special connection to them, even though right now things are not good. There is still that element of there's been a special connection with the particular person. Okay, so this would be our focus position. So we have the Five of Wands in reverse. So this is good in reverse. So this card, when it's in the upright position, this is a card of conflict and struggles and confusion. So when it's not in the upright position, we are no longer confused. We can now see clearly. The conflicts are coming to an end, or they have come to an end. A lot of times when we have the Five of Wands pop up, this is where we're solving a conflict. Perhaps we have been having a conflict with someone, and a lot of times when this is representing conflict, this is a type of conflict that it's like there's like one argument after another, and then you're kind of like, wow, why did this even start? Because this is like morphed into something completely different. I mean, it's like very, very, very conflictive. But the upside here is when we have the Five of Wands reversed, we are able to sit down and work things out in a constructive, mature way with wisdom. And sometimes an opportunity can actually arise from this. Sometimes this is a card of being a mediator or needing a mediator. So For some of you, you could be mediating a situation for someone, or someone could be mediating a situation for you, or maybe you just might be channeling this overall energy with the issues you're going through. Okay, so we clarify. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. So this is good. This is definitely indicating that you have a renewed hope. You have renewed confidence. You're like ready to get back out in the world. You're ready to have friends. You're ready to, perhaps go experience some new or some different things. But this is also a card of passion and love and adventure. And this is a card that definitely indicates that we could potentially make new friends. Sometimes old acquaintances can drop back into our lives out of the blue. But whatever it is, it's good, it's positive. And also, with the Four of Cups in reverse, a good opportunity could arise. You just need to get out there, socialize, make some new friends. But an opportunity can always arise from this card, and this can indicate for some of you that a new love interest could arrive soon, or already has. Okay. So this would represent your recent past in general. So we have the Ten of Swords. Not the best card, so I'm glad it's in the past position. But I mean, take a look here. I mean, this man's got 10 swords in his back. We can even see the blood. So this is a card of definitely feeling like you're stabbed in the back. This is a very karmic card. This is a card of karmic endings. Karmic endings. The ending can be very painful. Despair can come with this card. Sometimes we may go through a divorce. Sometimes we may go through a loss of job, finances. We might lose friends. This can cover so many things. But ultimately what you need to realize is whatever ended in the past here, while you may not feel like it, it was really ultimately for the best. It wasn't serving you for your future and your personal growth and development in the future. So ultimately, it was kind of like a blockage. And it was also karmic. So the karmic dues have been paid, and hence your slate was wiped clean. So that part of it is positive. At least we have a clean slate. The karma is paid, and we get to move forward. But it is still a card of going through pain and loss, or literally feeling like you were stabbed in the back. So we clarify, and we have 9 of coins in reverse. So some of you might feel like you were stabbed in the back, maybe at work. Maybe in regards to your finances, a situation around your finances, could have been an investment. Most likely, I feel like this is a job, but it could be just about anything. Typically, when we have the 9 of coins in reverse, this can indicate that the home life is definitely not the happiest, and that stems from a lack of financial security and stability. Finances seem to be tight with this type of energy. Sometimes it can indicate that perhaps we have a loss, a financial loss. Maybe we had invested something in something that seemed like a sure thing, but it wasn't. Sometimes it can indicate a job loss. Sometimes it can indicate, our dwindling savings account. Or I used to have a savings account. What savings account? I don't have one anymore. It can be things like that. So it is very financial. But yes, this is definitely indicating that there was a loss of some sort, and it definitely had something to do with your finances. This is also a card of sufficiency as well. So, and being able to be financially independent. So that'll resonate with some of you. Okay. This would be the near future. So we have Six of Wands. Victory. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So this is about us going after a goal of ours. And we put a lot of work, time, energy. Sometimes we even put money into it. But it's not all for nothing. Here we achieve the victory. We can achieve recognition for our victory. So this is a very positive card. Because who doesn't love accomplishing something that they've been going after? I mean, it's beautiful. Okay, so we clarify we have the Seven of Coins. So I always refer to this card as you reap what you sow. Now, when we have Seven of Coins in the upright position, this is definitely showing good karma, that you have sown good seeds, and that a harvest is coming in. So money coming in. Or this could be indicating that you might have some investments currently that are very good, solid, stable, and that they will bring a good return. So very, very, very good, especially in regards to money, finances. This definitely indicates a victory and money flowing in. The harvest is in, and it is great. So this would be your near future. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So this definitely indicates where our luck is definitely, we seem to have more luck. For some of us that don't necessarily feel like that. Like, what? Really? Yeah, right. But the Wheel of Fortune, it definitely shows that luck does shift in our favor. And like I said, it's not always so obvious on the surface, but it does help us to where things come together easier for us, whether we're consciously aware of it or not, but it's like things do come together easier. The Wheel of Fortune, this is something that's definitely faded, but I always look at every major arcana card as what is faded. So, positive. Okay, so we clarify, and we have the Four of Coins in the reversed position. So this card definitely can indicate that perhaps maybe some of you might be a little clingy. And when I say clingy, I mean with your money. It doesn't necessarily have to be money, okay? So let me be clear on that. A lot of times it is. But, there could be a particular person in your life that you may be clinging to, that you don't want to let go. Because this man, he is not trying to let go of his coins. He's like, yeah, see them? They're mine. They're mine. So he's not so ready to just hand over those coins. Now, this card can indicate a little bit of greediness. And I always try to reinforce that while I understand other people's perception could be much different, because with the Four of Coins, reversed or upright, you have to work very hard in order to get what you have. And so once you do have that savings or that little nest egg, it's like, I'm not going to just hand it over to just anybody that asks, And so some people can perceive that as being greedy. Some people may be looking at you like, you've been extremely lucky. You got plenty of money. Why can't you give me some for this? Why can't you loan me some money? But you had to work your ass off to get it. So you may not just be like, oh, here you go. So it definitely indicates that, some people could be looking at you like, you got it made, but yet you're stingy, you're selfish. But, everyone's perception is different. It's just like, I understand where this comes from. It's not that you guys are being greedy. For some of you, you are, okay? Let's keep it real. Some of you are, but some of you are also hanging on to it because you look at it like, I know how hard I had to work to get this. And what if something happens? I need to make sure that me and my family are taken care of. So I can't just be handing it out, So I totally get it. Okay, so another side of this could be that sometimes we're expecting money to come in and, it could be delayed. So it may not come in time. In regards to business matters and say even your job, this can indicate that you might be facing opposition maybe in the workplace or in regards to a business matter. Opposition. Sometimes this can indicate that perhaps maybe in regards to a business that there are extra expenses that you did not expect. So that can always be a bit of an issue. Sometimes this can be a card of we really need to be careful to not financially overextend ourselves. So we do need to be cautious. So again, someone may be trying to get money from you and they may look at you like you're being greedy and stingy, but really you need to be cautious with your money. So remember that, especially in business matters, be careful because we can overextend ourselves. And that's not good, and sometimes this can indicate that we may lose some money or like a material type of possession. There's always that chance, so I have to bring it up. So yeah, I can't help it. I have to bring it up because it is always a possibility. But to me, this is more about opposition. But thankfully, you have the Wheel of Fortune, so it's in the upright position. So yes, this experience in your near future is fated, but at the same time, it almost gives us a sense that you are being divinely protected. So that in itself makes this more beautiful. So while you may be going through a situation that may be pretty difficult in regards to business, and for some of you, it could even be in your personal life, because like I was saying, this could be you trying to cling onto a person, maybe even a possession. But my overall feeling is that this is more business, more money, finance focused, and opposition. So someone that's definitely opposed to your thoughts, and it's like luck is on your side. So, that could almost make the person that is opposing your thoughts and your actions even more upset, because it's like no matter what they do, you still got that divine protection. So that in itself to me is absolutely beautiful. So at least we're being protected.